Astre.
It was over 9 centuries ago that a priest walked across a muddy construction site in a place that would someday be a suburb of Paris. And as he walked, he came across 3 stonemasons hard at work. And he asked the first stonemason, "What are you doing, my son?" And the mason said, "I'm cutting stone, father. Cutting stone. Cutting stone." And he walked a little further, he came across a second stonemason. And he asked him, "What are you doing, my son?" And the second stonemason said, "I'm cutting stone, father. I'm cutting stone. Cutting stone." And he came across a third stonemason. Now this one was working hardest of all. His body was covered with sweat and dust as he worked. And the priest asked him, "What are you doing, my son?" And he put his tools down and he stood. And a light came into his eyes, a light that was both fierce and electric. And he said, "I am building a cathedral." Building a cathedral. Isn't that what we should be doing with our lives? Building a cathedral? But sometimes, we're just cutting stone. Stuff gets in the way. We lose track of where we're going. We sometimes forget where we've been, and we're cutting stone when we should be building that cathedral. So what I'd like to share with you tonight is 3 concepts. 3 concepts that if you take them, they will help you build the cathedral of your life. And the first concept is perception is reality. Perception is reality. What you believe, what you perceive, will become a reality. And it kind of ties in nice with the motto of this conference, doesn't it? So let me just add that to it. Perceive it, believe it, achieve it. So it's your perception that becomes reality. Perception is reality. The second concept is to take responsibility. How often do we hear things like, "Oh, it's not my job. It's not my job. It's not my fault. I'm not responsible for this." And I say to you, take responsibility for everything, because once you let go of responsibility, then you abdicate your power to make positive change. So grasp the responsibility, embrace it. Take responsibility, which is nothing more than responding with ability. Now, the third concept, I was thinking about that on the way here this morning. It's just so important. And I learned about this concept. It really came to focus for me a few years back when I gave a speech to an organization called the South Hall Business Council, which had all the businesses on the east end of Long Island. And at that particular meeting were 5 undertakers. They represented all the funeral homes on the East End, 5 undertakers. And I found out something interesting. I heard the story about this poor guy named Joe who flew to California, had a heart attack, died there, and had to be flown back for burial to Long Island. Now, here's something. Did you know that if you have to fly a body for burial across country, you have to pay the equivalent of a first-class ticket? Now, just think about this for a minute. Just think about this now. Here's this poor dead guy. He never flew first class in his life. Never. Now he's dead. You missed the moment, Joe. Here, have some champagne. Fluff your pillow. You're in first class now. So the lesson here is be in the moment, because the moment is the only thing we ever have. Here, let's try this. Take the hand of the person next to you. Come on, hold hands. Come on, you're Toastmasters. You can do this. Yes, sir, I know that's your wife, but you can do this. I know that. It's okay. Take your hand. Hold the hand. Put your feet flat on the ground. Ground yourself so you can almost feel to the center of the earth. And just feel it. Just feel the river of time. Feel it passing by. Feel the moment. Now, we're going to have other meetings. We'll see each other again, I'm sure. But this particular moment, this little spot in time and space, is never coming back, because that river only flows one way. Okay, you can let go now. Sir, you can let go now. So let's take these three concepts. If you take these three concepts, if you grasp them, if you make them yours, I promise you, I guarantee you that you will build not a life, but a cathedral. Okay. So take those three things. Perception is reality. Put the right perceptions in your mind. Take responsibility for everything around you. You can make it better. I know you can. I know you can. And be in the moment. Right there, grounded. Be in the moment and build that cathedral.